So, today we're going to talk about something really powerful, a system for memorization. And this isn't just theory, it's based on an incredible 100-week, that's 700 days of memorizing the Quran. The best part? It's not about having some kind of superhuman talent. It's about having a method that, honestly, anyone can use. You know the feeling, right? You spend hours, maybe a whole afternoon, drilling something into your brain. You feel like you've got it down cold. And then a few days go by, and it's just gone. It's like your brain is a leaky bucket, and it is probably one of the most frustrating things ever when you're trying to learn something big. But here's the thing. What if the problem isn't you? What if it's not about having a bad memory or not enough willpower? The real difference between people who make huge progress and those who just spin their wheels is having a system. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack today, a system that's built for real, busy lives. Okay, before we even get to the how-to part, we have to talk about the why. There are two big foundational mindset shifts that pretty much change the entire game. If you get these right, everything else just falls into place. First up, and this is a big one, consistency beats intensity every single time. Yeah, cramming for 5 hours on a Saturday feels super productive, right? But that relies on motivation. And let's be real, motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. But doing just a little bit every single day, that builds momentum. It becomes a habit, a part of who you are. So even when you don't feel like it, you just do it. That's how you avoid burning out and actually make progress that sticks. And here is the second mindset shift. And honestly, this might be the most important thing you hear today. This one idea can completely transform your approach. Revision is the real memorization. We all love that feeling of learning something new. It feels like we're moving forward. But the real work, the hard work that actually matters, it's holding on to what you've already learned. And I love this analogy because it's just so perfect. Trying to memorize new things without constantly revising the old stuff is like stacking bricks without any cement. Sure, it might look like a house for a little while, but you know it's not going to last. It's all going to come tumbling down. Revision is the cement. It's what holds everything together and makes it strong. Most of your time shouldn't be on new material. It should be on strengthening that foundation. Okay, so we've got the mindset down. Now, let's get into the how. Here are 3 super simple, practical techniques you can start using like today. And you should really think of them as cheat codes because they make everything stronger and faster. It's this simple. First, say it out loud. Don't just read it in your head. When you actually speak the words, you're using your voice and your ears, which creates way stronger connections in your brain. Second, listen all the time. Use your commute, your workout, whatever. Just listen to the material. It gets your brain ready. And third, and this is crucial, you have to test yourself. Pulling the information out of your brain is what really locks it in there. Let's just double click on this one for a second, because it is literally the easiest and most powerful tool you have. Listening is a true cheat code. You can do it while you're driving, walking the dog, doing dishes. It doesn't matter. When you listen to the material before you even try to memorize it, it starts to sound familiar. Then when you actually sit down to learn it, you'll be amazed at how much you already kind of know. It's a game changer. And when it comes to testing yourself, don't just think you know it. Prove it. Record yourself reciting and listen back for mistakes. Say it out loud to a friend who can catch your stumbles. Find a study group. The whole point is to go from just recognizing it on the page to being able to produce it from scratch, out of thin air. That's when you know you've really got it. All right, so we've got the mindset and we've got the tools. Now let's put it all together. Let's build a system that actually works in a busy modern life. This isn't for people who have hours and hours of free time every day. This is for the rest of us. So check this out. The whole day is broken into 3 key blocks. And notice the balance here. 2/3 of your effort is revision. In the morning, you review what you learned yesterday to make it solid. During your lunch break, you go way back to review old material, keeping that foundation strong. It's only in the evening, after all that reinforcement, that you finally introduce a little bit of new stuff. This revision-first approach is the engine that makes the whole system run. Now, when you add it all up, it might look something like 2.5 hours a day. And I know what you're thinking. 2.5 hours? Where am I going to find that? But look back at the schedule. None of this is new time. It's found time. It's the time you already spend commuting or walking or waiting in line. It's about being smart with the gaps that are already in your day. And this right here is probably the most liberating part of this whole idea. You don't have to blow up your life or quit your job. You don't need to find 5 empty hours in a day. You just need a methodical plan for the little pockets of time that you already have. That's what makes this whole thing actually doable and sustainable. Okay, for our last section, let's zoom all the way out. A system like this isn't about some huge breakthrough every single day. It's about slow, steady growth that adds up over time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I think this is such a critical thing to remember. On any given day, you might feel stuck, like you're not making any progress at all. But the magic of consistency is that it compounds. In 10 weeks, you'll look back and be like, whoa, I did that. In 30 weeks, you'll be blown away. You just have to trust the system, especially on the days you don't feel the progress. So at the end of the day, this whole 700-day journey isn't about some secret trick. It's a blueprint. It's proof that with the right mindset, the right tools, and a consistent system, even a huge, intimidating goal becomes possible, one small, manageable day at a time. So the only question left to ask is, what will your system look like starting today?